place is not a new city. So Bangalore and I are like those awkward Tinder dates where you meet someone for the first time in your life and you're like, why? I never want to see his face again. And then the 6 degrees of separation suddenly unite and you run into him at a party. And then over a couple of drinks you realize that, you know what? Maybe we did have a spark going. So I'm a small town girl, like basically I'm from Kolkata, which is by the way a pretty small town when you compare it with the glitz and glamour of Bengaluru. I mean sure, we have the Kolkata Knight Riders and we have Mamta Banerjee and the Howrah Bridge, but where else in this country will you have a Forever 21, a Zara, a Vero Moda and a Calvin Klein in one straight line? Where else in this country will you find a Krispy Kreme, a Dunkin' Donuts, a Corner House, a Naturals, a Polar Bear, just 80 feet apart? So yeah, I am super middle class, but Bangalore makes me feel outright third world in all its sophistication and uptown funk. So you know, some people go like, the Bangalore weather is so awesome, man. And I go like, yeah, it's like a Katy Perry song, it's like it's hot and it's cold, but then Bangalore weather PMS is more than me on my periods, and that is definitely saying something, okay? So I don't know how people here sleep at night, because for me, I switch off the fan, I shut my window, it's too cold. I take a blanket, suddenly it's too hot. It literally takes the skill of an opera singer combined with the genius of a rocket scientist to know at what angle I need to stretch my foot out to be able to sleep comfortably. And I don't work that much the entire day. But you know, Bangalore and I are like a Mills and Boons novel where the hero and heroine are arch rivals, but suddenly love springs out of nowhere. So now I don't take the bus because Bangalore has two options when it comes to transport. One, you take public transport, which basically means that Bangalore buses are black holes. So what goes in sure as hell doesn't come out. The other alternative to that is that God has blessed you with 2 kidneys. So you take one and sell it off and book yourself a cab. And then while coming back, you sell the other kidney off because you'll need that to pay for the ride back home. So, but like I mentioned, Bangalore and I, it just started growing on me like mushrooms grow out of nowhere. So now when I walk into my cubicle, the first thing in the morning I do is open my window. Just for the mist of raindrops on my face, just so that the wind can take its long, slender fingers and run it through my hair. I don't understand a word of Kannada except Madi, peace Madi bro. So, but I still listen to the radio here because nowhere else in this country is there the energy and feel as it there is when people here go Namma Bengaluru. So, the thing is that Bangalore is just one of those places which makes you feel at home. So now I stopped calling up my mom and complaining to her that your daughter has to make Maggie all alone and eat it. I walked into a supermarket, picked up everything that caught my fancy, made myself a gourmet dinner, ate it and slept in peace. And that, my friend, is what I love about Bangalore. I love how I can walk into MG Road and strangers just smile at you because they know you share the same connection with this city. I love how in Bangalore I can walk into a pub at 12 in the noon, order myself a chilled beer and nobody bats an eyelid. I love how in Bangalore stray dogs walk up to you and demand to be petted. They want you to scratch their chins for them and they lick your hand in gratitude and walk you back home just to keep you safe. I love how in Bangalore you have these quaint stylized cafes which give you these pretty little dishes which you have to take a picture of and post on Instagram or Zomato even before you eat it. I love how in Bangalore we have these concepts of open mics. Like, we don't care, man, if you're a bathroom singer or if your idea of poetry is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. If you're up here, I'm going to listen to you. And I love how I came to Bangalore with an internship in chemical engineering, but I'm going to go back knowing that I'm a pretty decent bathroom singer, I'm a kind of popular Instagrammer, I can cook a mean meal for one hungry person, and yes, I am also a spoken word poet. So Bangalore makes you feel like you're going to be okay, no matter who you are, where you are, howsoever you are, you're going to be okay. Because Bangalore is not your cliched light at the end of a tunnel. No, Bangalore is like your ill-fated lover from a fairy tale romance or a steamy affair if you're that type. Who knows that this honeymoon phase is going to end, and like for me, I'm going to move away 1800 kilometers. But that just makes you want to be so much more alive in this moment. It makes you want to see more, hear more, feel more, touch more, stick your tongue out and suck on the taste of freedom, which is Namma Bengaluru. I love Now when I walk on the roads, Bangalore creeps up to me from behind and says that you know what, the life that awaits you has 1,000 obstacles, but I know you're gonna cross every single one of them, and don't ever bother thanking me for your freedom. That was always yours. I just reminded you of what you're capable of doing when you put your mind to it. And I just want you to think of me when you're lying in bed many years from now, looking up at a sky full of stars and your confidence is dipping. I want you to know that you're going to be okay. And I look up at Bengaluru and I say, Ke sera, 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 so be it. Thank you.